Welcome back to the program. It's time for the sports. It's time now. Now, on the last show, the state of emergency in sports, I really think. My opinions didn't really change from last week. I really think that we are heading down a bad path economically and business-wise in sports. I didn't. When I said the National Hockey League is the most healthiest professional league in America, I didn't say it was the best. I didn't say it was the most popular. But it's in a state right now where the parity is perfect. The people who's running things at the National Hockey League, they had a lockout. They had that. But they made the appropriate changes to better the game for more viewers. It got me hooked. Now, I won't sit there and watch hockey every night, but, I'll watch a game occasionally. I'm the casual fan, you know. But the NFL, as far as I cannot specify enough. Their money management is awful. It's really just throwing money out there by not making any sense, not having a cap on contracts. I really wish I could bring somebody in to kind of also enlighten on how this makes sense. Because it doesn't. It does not make any type of sense whatsoever. The NBA, you saw how the free agents did their thing. You saw how that went down. Okay, that's not good business. That is not good business whatsoever. And you heard some opinions. Charles Barkley, he said recently, very recently, that it was a punk move for LeBron James to go to Miami. He should have stayed in Cleveland with the Cavs. But I came to a realization. Being here in Cleveland, came to a realization that LeBron never said, not once did he ever say that Cleveland, he considered Cleveland to be his hometown. For those of you who do not know, there's always been tension between the city of Akron and the city of Cleveland. It just so happened that when LeBron James got signed and got drafted to the Cavs, the unity of Northeast Ohio came together. But you're hearing now, from guys who, just this time a month ago when LeBron made his decision, saying that, we should boycott LeBron's games, we should burn his jersey, do everything. Yet the Akron journalist is saying it's a good business decision. It was great, everybody loves LeBron. They don't. LeBron, outside of the city of Miami and probably outside the city of Akron, is the most hated man in sports right now. It's just the way it is. Most hated man in sports. I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that before I moved on. Now, let's first talk about the Hall of Fame. Now, you saw the Hall of Fame, possibly the greatest collection of players to have ever assembled the Hall of Fame. And it's headlined by two guys who possibly is the very best at the positions at which they have played ever. Start with Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith. This guy, he carried the load for the Cowboys in the 90s. Him Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin. But Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman, he gave thanks to those guys, yeah. But the man who he thanked the most, and so well deserving, you hear ever occasionally credit going to the offensive line, but you never ever hear about credit going to the fullback. The guy who he's basically invisible. The quarterback gets the attention. The tailback gets the attention on the offensive side of the ball. The receivers get the attention. Yes, the offensive line may not get identified individually, but as a collective unit, if the running game's going good, they'll get talked about. But the fullback gets no mention whatsoever. That was until the Hall of Fame speech, where he thanked Daryl Moose Johnson. What a talent he was. The fullback. And Emmett was right. Without Daryl Johnson, Emmett would have not been as successful as he has been during his NFL career. I mean, it's one of those things that goes hand in hand. The chemistry between the tailback and the fullback really is, if it goes well, the system works. But if it doesn't, then your running game won't be as good as it is. And Emmitt Smith realized that and fully understood that with his 3 Super Bowl titles. And then you have Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice. Now here's a guy, he wasn't the fastest guy. He was not the most athletic guy. But he worked his butt off. And he said, and those who are in sports, those who are in school sports, should understand this. He said, in order to be the best, it's not about what you do during the games. That's not where it comes from. Where it comes from is what you do in practice. How you work hard in practice. That's where it comes from. And that's what made Jerry Rice the complete package that he was. And we may not see another Jerry Rice in our lifetime. Those type of guys come once every generation. Every few generations. And that model, I myself carry that model. I mean, he saw me. You saw me during track season. It's one of those things where, first off, we're talking about practice, man. Now, I don't mean to go Iverson on it. We're talking about practice, man. But it's one of those things, you don't want to be there. You really, I know you don't enjoy going to practice. I don't know who does, but I used to. You know, you enjoy it to get better. You enjoy it. I mean, one of the things I tried to do, I was a captain of the track team this year. One of the things that I tried to do as a captain was, make sure my responsibility, senior captain last year, was make sure the people around me got better. And I took it upon myself to do that. Make sure everybody that's on my team got better. Whether they needed the help or they didn't need the help. Okay? But at the same time, I didn't want to be, grumpy and be a Grinch about it. You have to have an environment where it's fun to come to practice, where it's, you can enjoy yourself, you can laugh, that stuff, but at the same time, mean business. And that's what I tried to do. Use the other guys. And some people didn't realize, those guys that run the team, as I tried to motivate them, they motivated me. They motivated me to be the best that I could possibly be. And that's what leaders, that's what leaders, whether it's from sports, whether, in the classroom or some business profession, that's what leaders do. That's what you try to do. You may not be successful at everything that you do. Yeah, I would have liked to win more races. You may, but you give it everything you have all the time and leave nothing, then there's nothing else that you can possibly do. That's my little motivational talk there. But there's nothing else you can possibly do. Now, when we come back, we're going to talk about, like I said, we'll talk about the preseason. And of course, what do you look for in your team during preseason? What do you look forward to? I'll tell you what I look forward to when we come back.